What is going on, guys? Spazmattic here, back inside Destiny, and today I want to do a video of what I usually run with inside of the Crucible with the current Destiny meta. So I know you guys know, everyone knows that Bungie did release the 2.5.0.2, I think is what it is, update, hotfix, patch, whatever it's called, like a week or two ago. And I just want to go over what I usually run with inside of this current meta, because there's been a lot of like controversy of what's good and what's not good and stuff like that. But they did do a lot of changes to the weapons, obviously, and this is what I've been most comfortable with. This is totally my opinion, just sharing with you guys what I usually run with inside of the current meta. You guys can run whatever you like. I just want to give a recommendation out to you guys what I usually run, and maybe you guys could try it out, see if it's good for yourselves and stuff like that. But this is pretty basic stuff. Usually probably just gonna go over the primary and secondary weapons, talk about it a bit, just because of like the changes to the weapons. I've always been a huge shotgunner inside of Destiny, so like it's really weird using like sidearms now, with shotguns really not being that great as they used to be before the patch. So just to start off, for the primary weapon, I'm usually always going to be using my Palindrome, unless I get a Ice Luna with rifled barrel, which is yet to happen. Especially if I get a rangefinder rifled Luna, that would be a lot better than just a regular rifled Luna. But I still have yet to get a rifled Luna. Hopefully that'll come sooner or later. But this is usually what I run with inside of the Crucible, the Palindrome. This is the vendor rolled Palindrome. You guys can buy it from in the tower from the Crucible Quartermaster down near Lord Shaxx, so that's pretty cool. But this is the one I got. You guys probably know about the vendor roll already. It's got mulligan, rifled, and rangefinder. Pretty good with this current meta. It's like, I feel like it's the most comfortable weapon for me, at least. For hand cannon wise, it's probably the best hand cannon I do have right now. But I do have a Lord High fixture, but I think I like the recoil pattern on the Palindrome a lot better. For the primary and my other primary, I like to run the Hawksaw with the Clever Dragon and the Grasp of Mallet getting pretty decent nerfs. The magazine size is really small, and like Hag Cow getting nerfed and all that stuff. I like to use the Hawksaw. I used to use this thing a lot before I had a Clever Dragon, just because I thought it was like one of the best pulse rifles overall, and it's still pretty decent. With hits 27 to the head with Head Seeker and 25 without, I'm pretty sure, if I remember that correctly. But it's pretty good, very good pulse rifle overall. Probably one of the most balanced ones inside the game right now. I would say probably up there for one of the better primaries in the game as well. Always been a fan of this thing. I believe this is, I think I got this from a vendor, or I got it from a drop from a Legendary Ingram, but it's really good. It's got perfect balance, Head Seeker, and small bore. Almost got max stability with pretty good range. And of course I got SLO 12. I kind of want to go for SLO 19 sight, but I like, it doesn't really matter. It's still pretty decent with the Hawksaw. So this is usually what I run with inside of this current meta with these two primaries. Always going to be using these two primaries if I'm ever playing like literally anything, trials, 6s, 3s, whatever it is that I'm doing. But for my secondary, for now, it's probably sidearms. I know I do have the Wormwood. You guys probably know what the Wormwood is, because you guys probably died to it a lot inside of the Crucible or in trials over the past week, just because of how many times it was used or how many kills it had in the past map of Trials of Osiris. So that's pretty crazy. I do have one. I did buy the vendor one just because of how popular it was. I haven't used it yet, just because like I used it, I tried it in patrol and stuff like that. I shot with it and stuff, never really used it inside of the Crucible. I do like the recoil pattern a lot more on the Ironwreath-D. This is the Iron Banner sidearm. You guys get it. I think this is before Rise of Iron. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's before Rise of Iron. This is the pre-Rise of Iron sidearm. I like it a lot just because it's silenced. I like the silenced sidearms a lot. They sound really cool. And I feel like this one, it just feels more comfortable to me. I kind of wish I could get a better roll on it. It does have reinforced hot swap surrounded. It's alright. It gets the job done just because it's a sidearm and it kills pretty quick. It does a lot of damage up close. Obviously, it's a sidearm, so that's like one of the better things in the meta now. But before the meta was around, before this hotfix dropped, I always used the Matador, and this is like literally my go-to weapon inside of the Crucible. But since shotguns aren't the greatest, I just haven't been a fan of them. And snipers, I've never really sniped inside of Destiny and inside of the Crucible. Never been a sniper person. I use a sniper just for fun if I was like messing around or something like that, just chilling in the Crucible and just using this thing. But for now, I guess it's the Ironwreath-D for me, because this thing has been doing pretty good. I feel like people think sidearms are overpowered just because of the special ammo. They ignore that whole system of special ammo, and because just of people saying that they kill really fast, even though they've been the same before than they are now. It's just that shotguns have been so good that they got tuned down a bit. That seems like sidearms are super overpowered, but they're really just the same, and that they ignore the special economy. But that's just my opinion on it. I think they're fine. There might be a special ammo nerf to them sooner or later, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I have no idea. But for now, I'm going to be rocking with this Ironwreath-D for now, just because of sidearms are pretty popular. But for the heavy, I don't know if this really matters because they didn't really do anything to heavy weapons. But usually running the Baden, Nova Mortis, or the Thunderlord for my machine guns, because I'm usually running these two legendaries for my weapons, or the Gallahorn for my rocket. Pretty self-explanatory. Nothing too crazy here, but for this current meta, the recent patch that Bungie dropped, I'm going to be using the Palindrome, Hawksaw, Ice Luna, Lord High Fixer, mostly hand cannons, just because hand cannons are pretty good. They're really crispy inside the crucible, if that makes sense. They hit really well. The damage fall off makes sense now, because obviously you're not going to miss a bullet. It actually does damage, which is pretty cool. So that's really nice to see inside of the crucible. And for my secondary, I'm going to be running my Ironwreath-D, just because I like how it feels. I like it more than the Wormwood, in my opinion. But you guys can run with the Wormwood if you'd like. I'm just telling you what I like to run inside of the crucible. You guys could run whatever you'd like to do. So this is like my little recommendation video. I wouldn't say it's little because it's pretty long, but just putting out a video of what I usually run with this current meta inside of Destiny before, I think this is the last thing before Destiny 2 comes out. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys enjoyed this video, this will be coming up to the end of the video of what I usually run with inside of the current meta of Destiny, the most recent hotfix or patch that they dropped. So if you guys enjoyed this video of what I usually run with inside of Destiny for this current meta, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later back inside Destiny. Peace.